It's the ultimate symbol of the American dream, a house. Homeownership is still very much the thread that stitches together the hopes of so many people in this country. But as our Pamela Brown reports, some in Philadelphia are losing their homes they worked so hard to build, and it has nothing to do with being able to pay their mortgages.
I built this house with my own hands. I'm a working guy. I work every day, 6 days a week, 7 days if I have to.
For 8 years, Christos Sorvelis, who built his own painting business,
I built the oven for pizza and barbecue.
Has also been toiling away on his family's dream house in the suburbs of Philadelphia.
I was so upset thinking somebody's gonna come over and take my house for nothing. That makes me crazy.
Without warning, Sorvelis says Philadelphia police and prosecutors seized his house.
I was going nuts. So what do you mean?
He and his wife, Markella, have never been charged with a crime or even accused of any wrongdoing.
It was horrible, horrible.
And the nightmare began in March when police showed up at the house.
By the time I got to the door, they had already opened the door with his hand in and had a gun to my dog's head.
Police arrested their 22-year-old son, Yanni, on drug charges, $40 worth of heroin, and claim he was selling drugs out of the home.
I didn't know what he was doing. I'm not with him 24 hours a day.
A month and a half later,
they said that we're going to seize your house.
They came back.
They had a sledgehammer. We're going to break down your walls. We're going to break your pipes. This house is going to be ours. And as he was explaining to me what was going on, there was people closing the doors with screws, locking them. They had the electric company here to turn off my electric, my gas.
Police and prosecutors came armed with a lawsuit against the house itself. It was being forfeited and transferred to the custody of the Philadelphia District Attorney, all because of their son's first offense drug charges. Yanni pleaded no contest.
It was scary. It was frustrating.
I said, listen, this house belongs to me. Nothing to do with my son.
But that didn't matter. Police and prosecutors kicked them and their children out that day.
And where I'm gonna go? What I'm gonna do with my two daughters, my wife, the dog, me, where are we going?
The Sorvelis family is not alone. In 2 years, nearly 500 families in Philadelphia had their homes or cars taken away by city officials, according to Pennsylvania's Attorney General. They use a civil forfeiture law that allows them to seize people's property, saying they have probable cause that it's somehow connected to illegal drugs.
The general core of the civil forfeiture law is to capture the cash or ill-gotten gains or contraband that criminals have used to commit a particular crime.
But unlike criminal forfeiture, the civil law allows authorities to seize property without the owner ever being convicted or even charged.
Civil forfeiture is something that is an assault upon fundamental notions of private property ownership and due process.
The city of brotherly love is far and away the most aggressive in the state when it comes to seizing people's property. Over a 4-year period, the second largest county in Pennsylvania filed about 200 petitions for civil forfeiture. Philadelphia filed nearly 7,000 petitions in 1 year alone, according to a class action lawsuit just recently filed by citizens there.
Philadelphia has really just turned forfeiture into a machine that devours people's property and takes their rights at the same time.
Philadelphia officials over a 10-year period have seized more than 1,000 houses, about 3,300 vehicles, and $44 million in cash and civil forfeitures, according to the lawsuit. And a large chunk of that money goes straight to salaries for the Philly DA's office and the police, about $7 million in just 3 years, according to state records. And look how much they put toward community drug and crime fighting programs. Zero.
So they have a very direct financial benefit to seize people's property and bring these forfeiture actions because the money goes directly into their pockets.
Here in Philadelphia, if you have your property taken, you can come here to City Hall and go to courtroom 478 and try to get it back. Problem is, the people that are taking the belongings are also the ones calling the shots inside the courtroom. The Sorvelises showed up to courtroom 478 ready to plead their case to a judge. Instead, they say they faced a prosecutor from the DA's office.
It's not a courtroom. It's no judge. It's nobody. It's just one guy tell us to sign these papers and fill up these papers. That's it.
Back in their home, they had to make a heartbreaking sacrifice and agree to ban their son from the house.
We're going to do everything we can, and it's a horrible feeling not to be able to have my child home.
The Sorvelises are still fighting the city to resolve their case and keep their home.
It's a nightmare It just won't go away, and it's scary. It's horrible.
And because of the pending class action lawsuit, the Sorvellises are a part of, the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office is limited in what it can say, but tells CNN in a statement that it seizes property only as a last resort, saying in most cases it doesn't pursue forfeiture because the underlying issue with the real estate is resolved when a settlement agreement is reached with the property owner, in which he or she agrees to take reasonable efforts to prevent future narcotics dealing from the property. And it also says it works with citizens, the police, government agencies, and community groups to abate or close drug properties, and it strives to follow the civil forfeiture law to protect the rights of everyone involved. And Dana, this isn't a law that is only applied in Philadelphia, it's applied in cities across the nation.
It is really unbelievable. I had not heard about this, and that report really does shine a light on it. Looks like a way for Philadelphia to get a lot of money, a lot of tax revenue, with maybe not a lot of legal remedies. So maybe that's going to change now. Thanks, Pam, so much.